Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna.
And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast,
where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for. Season 14. I don't know what episode. It's episode nothing. 7.
I'm going to go with...
You're guessing?
I'm guessing. I'm not going to lie. I'm guessing.
Okay.
But I'm going to guess 7.
7. All right, well.
7's my guess. Because I feel like we talked about
14.
Doing 6 last week. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm wrong.
What is it?
It's 6.
Oh, it's 6.
Timber Judge is taken to the sky with a helicopter now. Mm-hmm.
It's Anniversary, not sorry. I'm aside from the fact that there was an anniversary party, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I don't really...
The only thing I could think of is that the girls were not that happy with the party.
Maybe, I don't know.
That they're not sorry for how they behaved, because they definitely behaved poorly. I don't understand how there was so much strife over how they were behaving, because to be honest with you, it looked like a really big venue. A lot of people.
Yeah, I have
so
a lot of
how
thoughts on
are
this too.
people just homing in on that? But we'll get to that
like,
because it does move there very quickly. So we start
because there's a lot that we can skim through here.
Oh yeah, we start with Uba, who is shopping at Jacob the Jeweler's, very well known. So she must be up there with them. Well, she was a model, so she might like somehow have a connection through there with him.
Probably, yeah.
But she invites
Erin.
I
think she did say she met him through modeling.
Probably. I might have missed it.
I think she did. I think it was in the beginning when you were coming sitting down, so you might have missed it.
She brings Erin there to get her she ends up with earrings, but and I think a bracelet, jewelry for her anniversary party. I guess that would be like her gift. So she's going to basically rent it. Yeah. I mean, they call it lend it because they're fancy like that, but it's basically you're renting the jewelry.
It does sound fancy. We should say we're lending this apartment. We're not renting it. We're lending it.
They're lending it. They're lending it to me.
They're lending it to us. That does because it sounds like you're not paying for it. Also, it's like a little like trippy. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the amount of the jewels, I was like, I wonder if she's gonna have like a bodyguard because I always think after seeing Ocean's 8 that there's like a bodyguard just because she has like expensive jewels on. So I was like, I wonder if there was.
So
they did
at all those events where people do those kind of things. There are bodyguards. I guess you just don't really see them.
I wonder if no, because she said that. He was going to be like roaming. He was just going to be roaming. Like he wasn't going to be up on her, but...
No, but I'm sure he was probably very close. Very close.
I know. I should have paid better attention to see if I could have seen him. Because he was like into like... He wasn't like very dressed up for it.
No, he was casual. He had like a little...
Yeah, like a red shirt.
Stuff. So yeah, he was very
casual. So you probably would see him.
I was not really a fan of the jewels that she did pick. I mean, they were nice. I liked the bracelet. Yeah. I didn't like the earrings because there was something weird about them.
They looked better at the party. I think it was the way she had them on.
Yeah,
in the place
I also
at the party
didn't like...
They sat better.
I don't know if it was just the jewelry didn't go with the dress. I don't know. There's something about it. I didn't like her dress. That's for starters. I like the second outfit better that she did pick, but I didn't like the first one. She looked uncomfortable in it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And they kept pointing out because the dad kept talking about her side boob, and obviously if dad's talking about side boob, you should probably fix it.
I think it was more a whole boob. It wasn't even just...
Yeah, it was weird.
Whole boob.
The dress was cut weird on the sides. That like I don't know.
It didn't seem like she taped her boobs in either.
I don't know.
I feel like that would solve a lot.
It looked like a chain, but it looked like it did have fabric underneath it that she could have maybe done something. I don't know. But she picks out something and they go right into Bryn. Now Bryn is shopping for something for the party and Jessel shows up. They're at a well-known shop that I've never heard of, but apparently...
No, but I guess it's for them. But here's my thing. What I don't understand is Bryn, I feel like, I guess Jessel did her group apology last weekend.
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't think it was good enough that, like, she's all, like, buddy-buddy. Like, I feel like Bryn's real buddy-buddy with Jessel, even though she was just talking about her all last week. I mean, that is housewife fashion, but, like, she's, like, real, like, ooh, buddy-buddy, but, like, I don't know. No?
No, I think this is Bryn. I think she jumps from one thing to the other. I think, like, she just does that. Like, she just is like, okay, good, yeah, we're good now.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I think she just looks like that type. Like, where, nothing, I don't want to say she forgets, but kind of like where we're remembering, like, you don't remember what she just said?
Well,
like,
you know what I will say? Jessel said in her sit-down that, like, she knows that, like, they kind of both were talking about, like, how she kind of, like,
glossed over it.
Apologized, and that she did acknowledge, at least Jessel, that, like, could be bubbling under the surface, but I don't really care. I'll deal with it, like, then. Which, yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, I appreciate that. At least, like, they acknowledge it. Like, we'll see, they do a lot of, like, acknowledging things that, you, like, us as viewers know are going to happen from the show. Yeah. Like, yeah. Like, we know you didn't fix this. This is going to come back.
We're going to have to hear about it again, because foolish you.
I forgot, last week we said something, too, they acknowledged. I can't remember. Oh, Jessel. About her claiming that she did not twist Erin's words.
Oh, yeah, the words, yeah.
So I will say, like, they're very aware more than other housewives. And now here's Tamara by the ground.
They have like weird conversations too while they're shopping. Like I don't know if they just do the shopping just to get them together to talk, but she's talking about some guy. Well, like in her sit downs and stuff back and forth, she is talking about how she wants to get married, that she did have like, you know, the 3 engagements, and like Jessel. What I do like about these housewives, I will say this, is they do ask questions that I'm thinking, like you said, like where Jessel asked her, like, but why are you, like, why do you keep getting engaged? Or was that the producer that asked her that?
I think it might have been the producer who asked her that.
But they do ask,
somebody
like, they
it.
ask the questions, like, they keep throwing things out, like, why did you get engaged? And she's like, it's easier just to do that than to say no. And I'm like, but if you're not going to get engaged to the person, you're clearly not going to be, I mean, if you're going to eventually break up with them, you're just putting off the inevitable.
Well, because she said it's easier to tell them later than in the moment and look at them in the eyes and be like, no.
I guess it is like when someone's doing a grand gesture.
Yeah, that is.
And she looks like somebody that would have big grand gestures when it comes to getting engaged for some reason, that somebody would think they have to do that. But she's basically, she was telling her that she's trying to, like, she just wants to be able to get married and be done. And she left some guy at on a date. I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, she said she just got up and left. So, like, she went to the bathroom or something, or did one of those kind of sneak outs and then
didn't come back.
Didn't come back. And then she called him, and the funny thing is, though, the stuff that she does to people, she is very, I don't want to say two-faced is not what I'm looking for.
Hypocritical?
Like, like hypocritical or double standard, where, like, she honestly says openly, like, well, if somebody did that to me, they would find, like, a horse head in their bed.
Yeah.
But, like, she does all these things like it's nothing. I don't know. And then we go to, oh, wait, no, before that, they do mention, which I thought was I did think it was weird. All the sponsors on Erin's invitation. I mean, look, if you can get them, great. But, like, I thought it was like
listed.
Yeah, I did think that was kind of, like, odd for an event. Look, if you have sponsors,
it looked like it was on the wall, like where her name was. It also looked like they had their, like, the sponsor names on the wall.
Let's say you were gonna have, well, I don't know what you could do for everything because you can't advertise everywhere. But let's say you were gonna have the liquor provided by someone.
You like on the drink menu.
You could put a sign, or something.
Yeah,
but like, to do that, like to list it like it's like a full-blown list, and there was looked like a lot of them. I always thought they were exaggerating, and then when they showed the invitation, I was like, oh, wow, that was a lot. Yeah, I'm sure it probably was in the end.
Or at least majority of it was.
Yeah, it was just interesting, and they were kind of making fun of her for that, but
you know what, Bryn did say, well, Bryn kind of did give her props because she's like, well, she's the one with the house in the Hamptons.
That's true.
So I mean,
makes you wonder how they get these things, you know. And then they do show Gianna with a little bit of her career, because I am trying to figure out what Gianna is doing now. I know, like I said, I watched her in a show that did the brownstone that she was talking about, and I haven't really like seen her after that. Like, she kind of just disappeared, so I'm not sure if she was back in fashion, she was doing that. So she kind of stated that, like, she's redoing a house for someone. You said that is in Schitt's Creek?
Schitt's Creek. She's the character Stevie.
Yeah, she said her name was Emily. I didn't get the last name.
Hampshire?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
But she's redoing a house for her, and this seems to be her thing now, I guess, that she's doing.
I guess it kind of goes
I don't know if she's just, like, living off her money. I'd love to know how these people do this kind of stuff, because it's baffling to me.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not like most of these people all live in apartments, so it's not like they're going to come to an end of paying the
very
rent.
Big apartments.
I know, that's what I'm saying, so it's kind of like...
So I'm dying to know what Bryn does, because I haven't seen her do anything yet.
We haven't seen where she lives either.
No. They just show that one area, that one room, which...
It's just her sit-down
We don't even know if it's her room. We don't even know if it's in her apartment.
Well, typically they're on green screens, and then they put the picture up afterwards, so who knows where that is.
So then you have Erin and her husband. They're going out to dinner. I think that was like their personal like anniversary dinner kind of thing, it seemed. And that they're in the Upper East Side. And they talk kind of about how they met and different things like that. They've been together a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, they said they met when they were 25. I mean, they looked young in those pictures. They looked almost very different too. He looked very different.
She had dark hair in those photos.
Yeah, much. Yeah, her hair was darker, and he had more hair.
Oh.
I don't mean to be mean, but it was a little bit more. God. It was a little fuller, fluffier. I thought this was the cutest thing ever, and I think it was just totally on accident. He got like some kind of fruity drink, and then he said, yeah, this is a little like too with all the fruits and stuff, and he asked for something else. I don't know if it was like some kind of like whiskey type thing, and she said, do you want one big rock or do you want it on the rocks or something? And he said, no, I'll do the one big rock. And she said, oh, I'd love one big rock too. And he whipped out a box
Yeah.
With a ring in it for her, which was a really pretty ring. But I don't know if like he asked them to do that.
No, I think that might have just been luck.
Yeah, I think that was just pure luck. But I thought that was like, okay, Tamara. But I thought that was like the cutest.
Yeah, that was like, he got lucky with that.
Yeah, he definitely got. Well, he took advantage of it. For sure, but that ring was very impressive. I guess that's her anniversary gift. I mean, considering you saved money on the party, I guess you could afford the ring.
I guess you could get that. And technically, she didn't even have to like get herself even like jewelry or anything new for it.
Yeah, no. Oh, what I find interesting about these people is when they say things like about their own spouses. Like, just don't say anything with it. And when she's like, yeah, I'm wondering like, where did he get the money for this too? Like, she made a comment like something.
I didn't catch that.
She said something like that, like how did you do this without me, or I don't know, something like where did he get the money? It was definitely a reference of that kind. What's going on over there?
I think I might have to sneeze. I'm good.
So we go to my least favorite, Jessel. I mean,
she may be the least favorite, but her husband's my favorite.
I do like her husband.
I do like
her husband. Like, he's kind of funny. You know, he's kind of funny. Like, he's kind of quirky, like Emily's
Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, well,
it feels a little bit like
Shane.
It feels a little bit like that dynamic. Like,
yeah,
this season. But she's more of the Shane.
She's old school Shane.
She's like, she's just a little mean to the husband. I'm like,
no,
why
she's snarky. That's what they used to say he was, snarky.
Like,
I don't know.
He's not even saying anything bad. Like, they're talking about taking these kids to preschools, and it is like, why does it matter if the preschool is international? I get like the learning the languages.
I don't get it either. But she just keeps pushing these kids and these expensive schools.
I know,
and
but
it's
here's
ridiculous.
my thing. It's like, I don't. And he was like, also like, oh great, you get an iPad and an iMac. What is that for?
Yeah, what is that kid using that for? Because I would love to know what they're using it for.
You could probably send them to a cheaper school and then just buy it cheaper.
And it would still probably come out cheaper for sure.
But
I mean, like, she was.
And is it? And do you get, then technically, are we looking at the price for just one kid or both? Because they're twins, so you get two iPads and two Macs.
I guess, but
so holy crap.
But my thing is, she's very, what is that when they're like, not name orientated, but like she's very
brand.
Like she's very fixated on like which celebrities are there. Like you could be rubbing shoulders with like the Tom Cruises, which Tom Cruise doesn't have little kids, but whatever anymore. But like that's like her thing is like who's going to the school and like that her kids will be going with like other famous kids.
Yeah.
You're not famous for starters that I know of.
Well, like that level, yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not famous in that respect. So it's just weird. I don't know. It's weird. But she's very focused on this whole school thing. And she keeps calling him like back into it to circle back around. And he's just not understanding like what she's doing. And I'm not either. No. I don't even understand either. Because
like, yeah, I'm sure it's cool that your kid could learn 4 languages. But like,
I think you could do that with a tutor.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I think she could do it with a tutor, but
at first I thought she was trying to send them to the international school.
That's what
the way she set it up was like.
But I'm like, aren't these like little 1-year-olds or 2-year-olds? I'm like,
yeah,
wait.
like you know, like in my school in high school when we'd have gym, they'd switch it out for like a semester and then we'd have health.
Yeah.
Like each semester, one of the kids, they're either like, what'd she say, like Paris, Hong Kong, New York. Like each semester they rotate the kid to like a different
that
country.
Would be well worth the money.
See, that would be impressive. That would be very fancy. That would be
worth the money, but no, not so much.
But I don't think so.
Speaking of kids, we see Gianna with her goddaughter, I believe it is. She is helping her get dressed for the party. I like watching Gianna interact with the children. I mean, the girl's not that young, but I think it's just like she lets her guard down with them, where she doesn't do it with the ladies. Maybe it's because it's like somebody she's more familiar with.
In my head, it's easier. It is easier to talk to my younger cousins because they're younger than me. Well, you can't talk back to me. No. I'm older. I talk back to you.
Well, I don't know about all that, but okay.
I'm just saying, you can put a younger child in their place easier than a fellow adult.
Yeah, I guess so. I just thought it was funny watching her, like, try the different outfits on, and then she gets to the one that's, like, I guess it's, like, the shirtless shirt with the, like, it has just, like, the collar and the button down or something like that.
I think it was sheer, though.
It could have been sheer. I couldn't really tell, but the bottom line is, like, she wasn't really paying attention. She moved the blazers and stuff, and she's, like, taking pictures for her, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And, like, they're just, like, I mean, she was laughing, or she goes, guess this is not the look. I'm like, no, that was not the look. Then we go over to Jessel getting dressed. Guess this is like the dressing montagers or whatever.
Well, yeah, obviously, our classic getting ready.
Yeah, but they didn't have too many. It was just like them two kind of getting dressed. And she is wondering what the husband is wearing. Apparently, he's become like this little fashion domino now because she's trained him or what have you. And he does his hair and he does his eyebrows, and his eyebrows are thinner than hers, and she had a whole host of comments, of course, about him. He pulled out a maroon jacket that I did like what he was wearing, but I just was kind of surprised that like they didn't coordinate better, because she had like a really like different blue. I really didn't like her outfit, to be honest with you. I liked what he was wearing, but I just thought for some reason like she would have been one of those that would coordinate with them, and that blue is totally like not going. But she said she liked what he picked out. That's why I thought she would have picked something that would have, I don't know, went better together. But oh my God, she makes a comment about him spilling wine.
And the kids,
because he said something about I'm not wasting the good stuff on you or something like that. But then he makes a comment about spilling the wine, and then he says something. She pipes up out of nowhere. If you're not paying attention, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, you might miss it.
Yeah, she said about her kids licking the wine off the floor.
Last time they spilled
or he said it or something, like he said, or the kids will lick. She's like, yeah, isn't that great? Like, what? The kids licked.
What do you mean? Like, we need more context than just that.
Like a video would be awesome.
Weirdly, it's not that confusing, but
based on how she is.
Not that, but it
does make a little bit of sense.
We need a little bit
but
more.
I would have loved to seen it.
Why?
Just it would have been
anything.
Great.
Any of the who, what, where, when, why's house.
Then we see Erin kind of in her dress getting, she has this like metal, she kept calling it armor dress.
Yeah, because it looked like a chainmail.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be like the metal chain, but I don't know, I wasn't a fan of it at all. I think like if it had more fabric, it was the fabric on the side that was missing that she, I think, thought was meant to be.
Yeah, like it just needed to be like a little wider.
Yeah, like more of a halter.
Or at least it did like a weird
tape it. It did like a weird cut in, but not in a good way. Like, I don't know, there was something off about it.
Cut in, but it didn't cut back out to cover the boob.
It just did a weird cut, and it was just, I don't know. I wasn't that crazy. Of course, Brynn shows up. She does. I'm sorry, they made the comment, not me. They made the comment that she looked like the mom in, I got that movie with Lindsay Lohan, Parent Trap. She looked like the mom from Parent Trap, and I'm not gonna lie, she absolutely did, because you'd have to Google it. She did look like it. Once the coat and all the glasses were going, she looked like it. So she is there looking for a man, of course.
She's got one goal.
Yeah, one goal. She was looking for a man, and then she says, I like this, that when she gets bored, she bitches.
Might as well.
So I guess if she starts bitching, she's bored. But I guess that makes sense. You're amusing yourself. I give you props. But her and, was she with Jessel?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She was buddy with Jessel.
I think, I don't know, maybe they were friends before. We're trying to figure out if anybody had connections. And who got her in here. Or how did she befriend somebody, or was it just...
we still don't know the full...
Yeah, I don't know who she was friends with or what, but we're still trying to figure that out. But I noticed that too.
Can we Google that? Probably, but are we? No.
No.
We're just going to try to decipher from the show.
Unfold.
Listen, we come into as these shows, as many as we can, totally and utterly blind. Typically, if there's a fight going on behind the scenes, like right now, I don't have a clue.
No, I never do. So you tell me.
Well, I follow them on Instagram, but sometimes I'm not like, I don't always look, or I swipe and I'm like, what the hell did she just say? I don't know.
You follow more of them than I do, to be honest. I don't follow as many. But she is legit going around complaining about everything. And Jessel's just right up in there with her. And then Sai shows up, Jenna shows up. So then all the girls are kind of there.
Except for Uba. She has COVID.
Yeah. Yes, Uba called in the very beginning and told Erin that she has COVID and that she won't be there, so she's sad because she wants to see her in the jewels. And we came to the conclusion that they must have to take a COVID test before any big events.
Yeah.
Which I could see
Which would make sense. They did it before the Hamptons. They did it before this. Yeah. It would make sense for you at least gather around the group of girls so you don't take them all out.
Well, that's, I think, their goal, yeah. Because then you're done. You're taking the whole group out. Well, there we go.
Yeah, because isn't that what happened on New York? They shut down for like weeks when it first
when it first started, because nobody was really like...
Come on. We all know those last group of New York women were willy-nilly and didn't give a damn.
No, but I also didn't think at that time they knew the extent of how, like...
And Beverly Hills,
they were still figuring...
Remember, Kyle got it, and then
they were still figuring out how contagious and everything was, I guess. So Jenna tells the girls that she does share a little bit. She kind of sighed. She looks at some guy and makes a comment, and which triggers all the girls to be like, wait, are you single? And she kind of offers it up a little bit that she's single and looking to, to find somebody. And Sai says that she's happy because she feels like Jenna is finally like sharing with the group and like, giving them something to to work with and to know about her, I guess, and all that kind of stuff.
They haven't really had, from what I feel like we've seen so far, like I feel like they really haven't been able to like sit down and talk to each other.
No, because they're always at like some kind of like
yeah, they were at the house in the Hamptons, but that was like go.
Yeah, it's like,
and then they had the Brinsgiving, then they had Jessel's party, now they have this. Like it's like they're like big events where you can't just sit down and like just chit chat. And obviously, you're not gonna pull somebody for like a one-on-one lunch.
I think like the Brinsgiving was like meant to be about Bryn, so you weren't gonna. They were kind of focused on her. They weren't diving deep into anybody else's. Well, they did a little bit, but not really. It kind of was focused on her. But so Sai said she feels protective over Jenna for some reason.
I could see them being friends. I think
I could too. I could see her. And then Jessel out of nowhere, like she offers up like a threesome or something, and Jenna's like, I don't think I should be your introduction back into like you and your husband. Like she's weird. Jessel is just weird. I don't
also know where it happened too, but Miss Meredith Marks from Salt Lake was here with her son.
Oh yeah,
which is weird because now we're officially really like we're watching Salt Lake.
Who she's friendly with, and
why are they holding a conversation in the housewife in the hallway? Let's continue, shall we?
Yes.
Oh, but we were trying to figure out who Meredith. We don't. Yeah, she could just be friends with her. She could have. She is an interior designer though, so she could know her from that aspect, I guess. Like she could have done something for her.
Could have been.
It could have been. I don't really know, but we did watch Salt Lake, and there was Lala and Katie too.
Yeah,
that was like,
whoop. Yeah, that was
there they are.
I kind of knew they were there, but I forgot.
Well, yeah, but when we first watched Salt Lake, Vanderpump Rules meant nothing to me.
Yeah, it's true. Here's the funny thing, though. So they do these speeches. And I know people do typical speeches, but the funny thing is when they were talking about it in the very, very beginning, they were talking about how the husband and wife said something about people giving speeches, and they said, yeah, we're going to have to put them on a restraint, because it could go on and on. Well, apparently, it went on and on.
Well, yeah, Gianna said the first guy up there had 4 pages.
Yeah, she comes up quietly and she goes, that guy has 4 pages long. And it's like, what? I mean, and then you look at him and you see him with the 4 tabbed pages.
I don't feel like some of the stuff they said, I can't even be upset because I know if I was at a wedding, I'd be whispering at you in your ear. Because we do those kind of things at events. We are those people at events.
No, absolutely. I would have.
Yeah, here's my thing. Speeches, it's a vow renewal. Literally a vow.
Here's the thing that was weird.
Why did they have to come and give speeches again?
I don't know. So they did a speech, and then they did the vow renewal, which I thought was kind of weird. Because you could have done speeches, as a toast. That's kind of what gets done. I don't know. It was kind of weird, but
it was the way it was set
projected it that it went on, and you got, Bryn and Jessel's, dress shopping, and...
Well, that's my thing, too. It's how much talking did they do? Because... it looked like 2 of them spent half the time looking on their phones.
I know. I don't think they were doing that much talking, but apparently Erin's sister comes over and basically is like, can you guys be quiet? Because, they're giving speeches and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, well, that's what I'm saying. I felt like and I think one of them said it, why are you picking on just us? Because you need to tell, I think it was Bryn, everybody else is talking too. And everybody was talking, but I think it was, I think it was primarily because of who they are on cameras and the whole
drama,
that she came over to pick on them per se. Because the funny thing is that then you turn around and you have the mom, Erin's mom, come over and it's
the sister didn't even walk away yet.
And she's introducing herself to the ladies, and the girls are like, we can't really talk to you right now because we got in trouble. And the mom's like, what?
Yeah, and then the sister comes back and is like, no, I told them to be quiet.
Yeah, it was very weird.
But here's the thing, those speeches are not for the guests, they're for the couple. And honestly, who even cares?
Yeah, it was weird. I think speeches, one, maybe your bridesmaid or your maid of honor, that is typical.
They said they had, I think it popped up 6 speakers at least, 6 or 7.
It was ridiculous.
That's one too many for not
even having a real party. It seemed like they kept
going
on, but I don't know. But look, all I know is, once again, it came back to food, and that Sai wasn't getting fed. Well, here's the thing now.
They had pigs in the blanket, which, don't get me wrong, those are delicious, I get it.
I'm sure they had a bunch of things, but Sai says she's a pescatarian, so she's not going to eat that. Okay, well, that makes sense. But here's the thing. That would be like us complaining that there's no food at an event. We are very particular and we're not going to eat certain things. So, therefore, can I really complain?
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
It's trickier.
Uba said on her FaceTime call, "Oh, I even prepared before I took the COVID test. Like I ate a big dinner, knowing
you're not going to feed me." She was making it as a joke.
Yeah,
though.
but I feel like Sai, you might genuinely have to start doing that before Erin's events because.
Well, I think she's got to kind of do it before a lot of events that she's not hosting, because unless she's hosting it, there's no guarantee that there's going to be food for her. Because, again, she still is what she is. So she was looking to go to Nobu around the corner to get some sushi, and she asked a couple of people if they wanted to come, and they looked like they were actually going to go.
Like, they would have went, I think.
And then Erin came out or something and said, "Don't leave, I'm going to change." And then she still left anyway to go. But I think she's coming back.
I would
It kind of felt like she was coming back, but of course, like, they were dancing and stuff like that. Once the speeches were over, they started dancing and all like that, but she was looking for food. And she did say, yeah, she showed me pigs in a blanket. And I'm like, okay. And it kind of, like, just ended there.
It ended with her walking out and then in the photo booth, and she's like, "Where's Sai?" And they're like, "She went to go get food."
Yeah.
And that's where it ended.
Weird. Lately, they've been doing that. It's very weird.
Like, just, these really weird, awkward cutoffs that are just like, oh, okay. I guess we're done.
Well, I mean, I guess if there's no cliffhanger, there's no cliffhanger. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like they were trying to make something
obviously
like,
you can,
she left.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, I mean, I think that's why I'm saying, I don't know. I felt like she said, "Do you want to go get, like, food?" I felt like she was going to get it and coming back. Like, not bringing it back,
That's
but,
the way
like,
she was saying during the speeches. That's how she was
That's how it
presenting
sounded,
Like, let's go, sneak out, have something,
food,
come back.
and then come back.
But
so I think, can't see her leaving. I think she'll come back.
This will now bring up the other conversation of the issue of, like, Sai left an event in the middle, didn't say bye.
Well, here's the thing. They did make a comment about, I think it was Bryn and Jessel. They said, when they were shopping, that she had a problem with me not showing up or me leaving.
They picked
Jenna
up all
showing, and was it Jessel wanting to leave or something? Like, they pointed out, and they're like, what's the common denominator? So I can see they're all going to gang up on Erin for sure. That's where they're going to go.
She's the one I
like the most. Like,
I feel like Erin can take it though. Like, you know what I mean?
I think she can too.
They
were saying that she probably could take it. So very interesting, needless to say. But it was.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure where they're going to go, but I'm interested.
It was nothing exciting.
The issue is, like, I feel like they do have a decent group of ladies, but it's just like
they're not doing anything.
I know, which is like hard,
and they were acting like it was going to be so great and so this and so that, but they're not doing anything. That's the bottom line.
Nothing special.
Nope. That's and I think by episode 6 you gotta be in it, people. Like, you should be in it.
We need a girls trip. Let's go. I mean, I know we just had one.
I think they do. I think that's what's gonna happen. I don't know.
I feel like it's coming up soon. Well, I don't know, because I feel like we're pretty deep into OC and we're not even in Mexico yet. I feel like we're getting close. I don't know. Imagine this week they're, like, going to be in Mexico. But we don't know because we don't have the previews. Also, there was no OC this week. No. It wasn't because of us. I honestly didn't even know until Tamara rode past on her bike and left a dirt trail of smoke that said no OC this week.
There you go.
So I didn't even know. There's that. No OC for us this week. But next week, I guess it's back. I don't really know. You know what you have to do? You have to subscribe, follow, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of that.
Yep.
And our last episode of Crappy Lake will be up this Thursday. So if you're listening to this when it came out on Wednesday, then tomorrow, get ready for that.
Yeah, get in on the Crappy. And if you need something to fill your OC time that you missed, I mean, go listen to Bethany. She's talking to Rachel, not Raquel. Rachel. And it's a 3-parter, and it's actually pretty good. It's pretty interesting, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of leaning towards Rachel.
Ooh.
No, I kind of am. I see what she did wrong, but I see what's going wrong now. There's a lot that's going wrong. So, and a lot that went wrong. That wasn't totally fair and right, but, it is what it is. Make your own judgments, folks.
That's it for this week. We're working on our Salt Lake. We don't have a date when our episodes will be up, because I think they're September 5th, September 6th, so we'll figure out that when it's closer. Mm-hmm. Did somebody fart?
No, not me.
Okay. All right, but that's all for this week, guys. Thank you so much for listening or watching. Hopefully you'll leave us a good rating. If you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Don't give us a thumbs down. Leave it.
What?
Sissy, no!
What is she doing?
No, she's licking the string off the bed and eating it.
I think it's attached.
She almost ripped it off. All right, well, thank you so much for listening or watching. We'll be back next week.
Wow, you sound so loud.
Because I need to go make sure Sissy didn't eat that string.
Okay, but still somewhere enthused.
We'll be back.
There you go. Hit the button.